Share one of my secret spiritual practices or spiritual activities or realizations that have helped in like the most tremendous ways. So I have that's a condensed version of all the other stuff that I have, just like it. For instance, if I have candles, I actually have a box of candles. It's like from here to here that's filled with candles. A huge box that's filled with tarot cards and all kinds of other stuff. I even have a medium-sized box that has all of my necessities for spellcasting or petition making and etc. Right? But just because I have that small spell box, I also have all the supplies that are in that spell box. I have all the contents of that to-go spell box. Every single item that's in there has its own individual box that has the entire thing filled with herbs or the entire thing filled with candles, with crystals. You get my point. But I like this because I can up and decide one morning that I want to go outside and do my meditation or a reading or, cast some spell magic or whatever. So I'm going to show you guys what I have in my bag in order to help you guys out on your spiritual journey, especially if you're just starting. It helps keep everything organized, everything in a convenient spot for any second you might need it. So in my first pocket here is just it's not organized, but it's just like a bunch of little things that I may end up needing. Extra colored pencils, some scissors, extra pencils, extra pens, incense, incense holder, extra Post-its. So extra pencils, extra pens, extra pens and pencils and colored pencils. Incense holder, a couple herbs that are my favorite. Special cards to write special things on, Post-it notes, extra candles, etc. Right? That's just like my junk pocket. So as you can tell, it's a little stiffed, right? Just an overview of all the stuff that's in there, and then we're going to go through each thing. So, and I'll tell you why it's so important. So, obviously here we have our candles and our incense holder in case I'm going to do a video. And then we have different journals here. I have this one that is for my petitions and my premonitions, etc. And I try to put my dreams in here as well. I should have a separate dream one though. And then I have this one that is specifically for facts about myself, such as my astrological birth chart. And then with the astrological birth chart, I wrote down things that helps me know exactly what my chart is meaning and how that affects me. I also write down things explaining how the chart works, what things mean, what they mean for my relationships, my work, etc. Certain other ancient facts about the earth and elements and how they pertain to me. I also write down all of my numbers that have to do with my personal identity, like my codes to live by. So like your destiny number, your life path number, and not only do I write down my own, but I write down every possible one that there could be, etc. Okay, so that's what this journal's for. And then this journal is about my inner self, my inner child work, my trauma healing, etc. Okay? And then keep scrapbooks in there for spur of the moment inspiration. One of my most favorite things is this baby. I have put countless hours, time, and energy into this. This is my baby. It has so much information jam-packed in here, and I plan on having literally so much more information. And I truly think that any person on a spiritual journey should have one of these. So we have obviously extra things for the binder itself. Certain folders. We got folders, and then we have pages, and then separators, pages, and extra separators. And then I have actually another journal, and inside the folders we have usually extra writing paper. I have a spot to put my petitions for my ancestors and archangels. I have spots that I write out extra ideas to fill up more pages and start into the real information here. We got a reversal sheet of all the reversals and what they mean for the tarot cards. I still need to do one like this that has all the upright meanings. But I have information pertaining to each and every single card and both ways. And then not only each card, I have things about each of the suits, right? And what they mean. Not only what they mean, but what zodiac sun signs go with them. Then I have each of the major arcana and the relationship that they have to the zodiacs. So for instance, the Emperor card is authority, and it equals Aries sun sign. And the Hierophant, which is tradition, equals Taurus or Taurus. The Lovers is duality, and it's Gemini. The Chariot, and so on and so forth, right? And then I have definitions of cardinal signs, fixed signs, and mutable signs, and definitions of them. And not only that, but which cards in each suit which cards in each suit are a cardinal sign or a fixed sign, and so on and so forth. So, for instance, the cards 2, 3, and 4 in each suit in your tarot card deck all are cardinal signs. Okay? And then we have how the court cards equal pages equal earth, knights equal air, queens equal water, and kings equal fire. And awesome little fact to know is that the Queen of Cups are actually double the water element. So that means that the Queen of Cups is the one that actually holds the energy of the cups, the element of the cups, most strongly. And it's giving her purest emotions, right? And then we have the planets and the correlation that they have to the zodiac. For instance, Mercury is who is the ruler of Gemini, and Virgo is also the magician who equals manifestations. So, if that makes sense to you. And it goes into the cards. I know the first page was actually one of the cards, but I actually misplaced it. But anyway, so we have every kind of thing there is to know about each card. Not only that, but I have extra space to add in more later. And as you see, like the Fool has 3 pages so far, along with the Magician. So I'm just going to do a quick flip through of this so you guys can see all the knowledge that's in here. And the things that are printed out are not the same things as the written ones. They're all different. It's different interpretations of each card by different people from different articles, etc. Okay, and then as you see, we have another spacer, and then it goes into each suit of each element. So we have the cups, and then we have the swords, pentacles, and then blah, 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 blah. We'll skip through. We got the wands, and then you go all the way through all the wands, and they literally have just about as much information as each of them. Like, I put a lot of information in each one. Then we got angel numbers and their meanings. I'm obsessed with numbers, by the way. And still, I have so much more to write in it. So the next thing. So along with my sketch pads is my sketching book that has different pencils, different colored pencils, my erasers and my sharpeners and all kinds of goodies, right? And last but not least, my most favorite thing that I have in my backpack to go spiritual box or bag is this tiny little box. Doesn't look like much, but it's the most special to me. So obviously, I feel internally and just incredibly grateful that I have been gifted with all 5 clairs. So I am able to channel spirit and my ancestors and whatnot in literally almost every single way that you can think of. It gets very chaotic sometimes when I'm not grounding myself enough or I'm not completely emotionally and physically balanced in my chakras and whatnot in certain areas of my gifts. Because literally all of the gifts are so incredibly intense and strong that sometimes they can make me feel a little out of whack. Okay, so obviously I have the gift of being able to use a tarot deck. Not only just by reading the cards and knowing the meanings of each card because I studied them, but because I can intuitively come to a complete message combined by all the cards into the message that Spirit is intending to give the audience or myself. And along with that story that Spirit puts out there for us, I'm able to put it together in such a way because I feel those feelings. I can feel those feelings and put myself in a situation that I felt those feelings. Not only that, but I can read other people's energies, and it's just becoming more and more intense as I go on. I have the gift of creation, especially when manifesting certain things to come into fruition for other people that are in my life. So for instance, if I am in a friendship with you and you treat me so well and I want to give back to you so much, but maybe I can't physically give you $20 like you gave me. So I will literally petition my ancestors and petition Source and petition Spirit and petition the universe to bring something that you've been desiring into your life to make you whole and make you happy. And all of a sudden, they realize that all these really good things are starting to happen for them, and they're feeling confident and they're feeling happy, and they go really high in life, right? And I've always known that about myself. And it was always something weird to me because I was like, I can always manifest so much. Well, I didn't use that word, but I was like, whenever I'm in a situation with somebody, a friendship, relationship, whatever, if I'm pouring into them, like emotionally and stuff, they end up, getting really good jobs, or just like some crazy things happen in their life that they didn't even expect to happen. Whereas I had a harder time having those things for my own self. Obviously, I know why that is now. It's because I didn't have real love for myself for the longest time. I had true unconditional love for literally almost every single person that ever came into my life, and that I chose to remain in my life for at least a while. I always loved them so much that I believed in them so much that I basically sent them all the courage and love that they needed for themselves from myself. And that gained them the things that they were able to attract into their life. Anyway, that's just some of them. But the real fun thing that I've received lately as a gift from Spirit, Source, Universe, in my spiritual journey is the gift of basically what they would say in Christianity is the gift of tongues, I guess you would say. If you were looking at it as like I'm an evil person because like I manipulate energy and stuff, then you would probably see me as possessed. And when I first started my spiritual journey, it was more of like an intuition type of thing that people were talking about when they said channeling. And obviously that is a form of channeling. But this particular channeling, what I'm talking about, goes way deeper. And I'm going to get into all of the gifts and stuff in a different video, but I just wanted to kind of give you the gist. It's like, so if you're looking at it in a good way, it's like speaking of tongues, and in a bad way, it's like possession. But I can channel my guides in such a crazy intense way where I can they take over my body. Like they will do different types of hand motions or touching that I don't do as a person. One of my guides is an autistic child, and I get all of the symptoms of autism. So my mind gets really distracted and it goes all over the place a million miles a minute, and I can't freaking concentrate on like one thought at a time, and I start to get like all these body movements that I can't control. And I have other guides too, but I've channeled at least 5 so far, and I'm being completely honest with you, I'm still learning who these guides are truly, like not just their like names, but who they are to me. Like, are they my ancestor? Are they an angel? Are they an ascended master? You get what I'm saying. But anyway, when I'm channeling them, sometimes they all come in at once. And when that happens, my autistic guide actually told me that I needed to use different colors. And when they come in all at one time, especially, I have messages coming in from all of them at the same time, and so I can't just like write in a book everything on one page. Like, it has to be different for each person. So this person would start their message on this page, on this note card, right? And they might use a certain color. And then when the guide switches and I can feel him switch to somebody else, I'll grab another Post-it and start a different thought. But then I might pop back while I'm on this thought, and the other person might remember something they wanted to say. So then I grab another Post-it for this section and use the same color, and then I have 2 for them, and etc. And in this box I have pencils, colored pencils, my Post-it notes, and my index cards, along with my incense that helps me be able to focus when I'm channeling, and my candle, which again helps me focus. And then another thing I have these little Post-it notes for is because like they might add a tiny thing to a particular message that they had given me right before, but had forgotten to say like this one word or something like that. So then I'll put that on there, and it keeps going. And believe it or not, it's really weird, but by the end of the channeling session, I end up having a bunch of index cards that actually can be put in order with thoughts that actually fit together like a real process of one person's thoughts on a piece of paper. It's been really intense, but they have brought me in so much insight that I haven't shared with anybody, and I am truly honored and grateful for spirit or source, trusting me enough to give me all of these different abilities and gifts to not only help myself grow, but help others grow. And obviously I'm still learning, but this is my process. This is my really favorite thing is this bag that I could pick up at any time, so that if I spur of the momently have an epiphany, I can just grab the bag, open it up, grab out what I need, and do the work without having to go through all of my other stuff that has everything else in it and find the thing I'm looking for that's going to take 20 minutes, and then at the end of the 20 minutes I've completely forgotten what I needed to do in the first place. So I hope this helps you. If you end up trying this idea of a spiritual to-go bag, please let me know. Another thing I wanted to say is with my spiritual to-go spell/petition box, it's small enough as well to put in the bag if I need to, or I can switch out this one for the petition, or so on and so forth. So you got to make your bag your own, but these are the things that work for me, and I definitely recommend these things to everybody, at least that is new on their journey, because you don't know how far your gifts are going to go until you start receiving them.